I can speak to themes. I think I've spoken quite publicly, extensively in the international student space. First and foremost, doing the job that people have elected me to do in this case is making sure that the system retains its integrity, getting rid of some of the most egregious forms of fraud that people whose hope is falsely entertained come to this country and see it dashed by unscrupulous agents or people trying to make a quick buck, and address some of the systemic problems that international students have faced, whether it's housing, access to services, or the general student experience. So that's something that will be ongoing and progressive as we look and re-examine the challenges that the pure volume of international students coming to this country has faced, including the real difficult challenge of post-secondary underfinancing, which has been systemic in parts of Canada, mostly fueled by the fact that they haven't been supported by their provinces, and institutions have adapted to a very lucrative model. What I don't want is to stigmatize those people. In other spaces like agriculture, I think we have to attack more cohesively and comprehensively the real reality of the human experience that people come here. Their temporary foreign worker status is often exploited. There are good stories and there are bad stories. I don't want to paint everyone with that brush, but there are incentives that are created by the temporary foreign worker programs. People that can't choose and switch jobs if they are abused or have unsafe work conditions. The fact that they are threatened with return to their country if they don't perform well. Those are all real threats. I do acknowledge at the same time that there are some people that come here for a temporary basis to feed and nourish their family abroad. There's an economic incentive to that. They have no particular need or want to stay in this country. But again, there is a whole ecosystem there that we need to address comprehensively. A lot of that falls within jurisdictions of provinces, but also of my colleague Randy Boissonneau's work we'll be doing together to hopefully clean up. Again, there'll be no sort of draconian measures that will be taken immediately. But as we examine particularly reports and studies that are coming out of the Senate and what we are hearing from the UN Special Rapporteur, it is an area where we have become quite addicted as a country to temporary foreign workers, and it's having perverse carry-on effects that perhaps were predictable, but I think unanticipated by some folks in the short term. Again, broad brushstrokes, because I think particular measures will have to be addressed in a very surgical way in the very near future, in my opinion.